Hello, Mr. Pronouncer125 here. I am making a video about Patcondell's video called Ban the Burqa and why I do not agree with his opinion, and I am making this video in response to the recent news happening in France and Belgium which relates to this video. I have heard that the French politicians have voted in favour of banning the covering of the face in public places, and that laws goes for anyone living in France, and I heard that the subject of banning the burqa has come back in the United Kingdom. I asked myself, why ban the burqa? Patcondell's reasons to ban the burqa is because it oppresses women's rights and their freedoms, and it's somehow a symbol of oppression, or it's because it's a security threat to us all. For example, someone might hide a bomb there, or might go into a bank with a sawn-off shotgun or handguns and start robbing the place whilst wearing the burqa. Not all women of Islam who wears the burqa feel oppressed or forced to cover themselves up. They choose to dress and cover themselves up. Wouldn't we oppress some of the women in Islam their right and freedom to cover themselves up? It's freedom of expression, Pat, since you have whined on about women not being allowed to express themselves. What if we made a bill to ban orange t-shirts? I mean, you wouldn't be a very happy bunny, would you, if someone made some silly security risk reason to ban wearing orange t-shirts because the colour is too bright and it might blind someone when they glare at it, when really that, when you wear it, sorry Pat, it just doesn't look right. Banning the burqa for security reasons is just plain stupid. Criminals are going to come into a bank and rob the place anyway whilst wearing the burqa. They get the name criminals by breaking the law, and they are not going to be bothered breaking the law banning burqas when they are breaking the law anyway by robbing a bank. It would be inconsiderate to all women who wants to wear the burqa but don't have the intent to rob a bank or blow themselves up in a crowd. We would be displaying ignorance if we think that all women in Islam wearing the burqa is a potential time bomb waiting to go off, or a potential bank robber. And if terrorists plans to do a suicide attack, they are not going to be bothered or afraid of breaking one law banning the burqa. Criminals and terrorists do not obey the law. A piece of paper banning the burqa cannot stop a terrorist from wearing a burqa and hide a bomb with him, or a bank robber wearing a burqa and storming into the place. We cannot foresee in the future or know when there is going to be a terrorist attack or a bank robbery. They use this one tactic, and it's called the element of surprise. Bank robbers storming in, firing their guns and shouting their demands, your first reaction would be to get your face down on the ground and comply with their demands. A terrorist might detonate himself in a crowd without anyone else knowing. The only way we know when a terrorist attack is going to take place is when the terrorist detonates himself in a microsecond, and that is when we know when a terrorist attack will take place. If we oppress women by banning them wearing the burqa who chooses to express herself by covering herself up, then we would be oppressing women of expressing themselves, and I believe it is one of your major concerns on the subject of women in Islam. You cannot fight oppression with oppression, because either way, oppression wins. Just a thought, Pat.